So, sir, there is a global projection that the global GDP will come down. So that is a gloomy picture that has come because United Nations has recently released a report talking about how post Ukraine and Russia war, the globe is going to face the global recession. So from that perspective, and especially after the pandemic, because we are encountering two major problems, how the world will pan out in terms of industrial growth.
Well, I believe globally there are going to be regional realignments amongst the countries. So new blocks of cooperations will emerge. As you rightly said, the GDP will go down for sure because this war has been devastating and its results and implications will be felt over a period of time. And the animosity which is on the increase between China and USA will also damage it further. So GDP part is understandable, but on the side of qualitative changes, innovation is something which has already come in place. And innovation, as we are seeing in India, is only in the shape of only apps being developed and only very, very small applications being made. This is what is happening in Indian environment of innovation. I think it has to go up and it has to result into what was earlier with AT&T and Bell Labs and more recently with 3M. So there it is the corporate driven innovation. So where I see potential and future of Indian corporates, which has already started happening through what is called family business, family funding, family business. So they have started allocating funds. For example, I know of Haldiram's, for example, I know of Munjal's. So they have set apart funds for funding innovation. Now, in the larger context, the setups are coming, Chief Innovation Officer, for example, in Samsung. So I am seeing innovation differently than what is being seen innovation today. So the innovation will be getting corporatized. Today, innovation is being driven on an individual basis. That is one. Second thing, even in the journey of innovation in last 15 years, I've been seeing 15 years back it was idea. Today, when we evaluate any startup in terms of pitching or funding or whatever, what we look at is team. Team is more important for delivery rather than idea. Lots of people may have idea, but team is important. So for the youngsters, what is important is to have a relook at innovation in terms of team building and building those capabilities which were not understood. Your question relating to how can industry interaction with academia be improved? That is your question. So I would like to draw your attention to NEP 2020 first, National Education Policy 2020. The good and bad thing about NEP 2020 is that it does not talk about STEM and it has given a lot of importance to arts and languages and culture and many other things, but that's just one part. What is our take from there is that you can have institutional development plan, IDP. Now, if you really want to encourage your people, just like in good American university, a professor may be very good in getting funds from industry or from government. So he is still a professor, he may not be PhD. There's another gentleman who may be excellent in some other sphere, maybe sports. So he is a professor despite not having PhD. So the good thing is, most recently, I think last week, Chairman UGC has declared that you can have professor of practice. That will not be a PhD guy. Now, the hesitation today is industry has very different perspective. Industry works on short-term basis. Industry has 1 year goal, 6 monthly targets, quarterly targets, and government works on 3 or 5 years plan because that's the time they have to go back for election. And academicians have no time limits. They have no constraints on time. They don't take decisions at all. So these are 3 different planes. So that is the reason industry, academia, government interaction does not take place. Now, IDP, which is proposed in NEP, is 100% freedom to you, academic autonomy, administrative autonomy, and financial autonomy, all the 3 autonomy. So you decide the parameters of promotion within your own university or your own institution. And you have your own board of governors. So there is no interference. UGC is not going to remain what UGC is today. ICT is not going to remain. These are being demolished anyways. Okay. In fact, it could have happened by now, but it will happen soon. So your IDP is the guiding principle. So you want to have more interaction, why not have more interaction? So if you give opportunity to professor for promotion if he does better interaction with the industry. Do it. So you'll have better interaction. If you want to invite an industry person to teach for a semester or 2 semesters, he can come on sabbatical. You can have arrangement with the industry people on such things. So you can increase the interaction, but the platform has been now provided them anyway. So that is the advantage point of it.
Because what is the opportunity that you see for the Indian students in the coming days?
I would like to add that our people are going abroad in large numbers. Okay, I remember 15 years back when I used to go to Frankfurt, there was hardly any Indian scene. Today, if you go to Frankfurt, you see so many Indians. I'm talking about Germany. So the population in Europe, in general, is going down, and at least Germany is one country which has started accepting immigrants. Now, this story is true of many other countries. All right, and one of the reasons NATO is not able to fight is because they don't have people to fight. They don't have youngsters to fight. This is a matter of fact. So what the opportunity Indians have is to move outside of India and do work. So that is another opportunity to the younger generation. That is one. Second, I was also reminded a few days back I was attending a marriage in Roorkee. So one of the professor's girl I came across, she had done MBA from Bangalore, etc., etc. I said, what are you doing? She said, I have my own startup. I said, what startup do you have? She said, I thought when Amazon can come to India, buy products from Indians, sell products to Indians, why can't I do it in Europe? I said, then, she said, I have set up my company. I said, how many people are there? She said, I am alone. I have one person owners. I said, what do you do? She said, I have set up a company like Amazon and I sell products in Europe. So imagine where can your brain take you to? So the whole globe is a market, provided you want to explore it.
Thank you. So nice of you, sir.